of lane control with your chilling touch and all that to try and zone people out, but outside of that, you don't have any really hard disables or stuns to control up this Bulba Darkseer. And already, EG having a little bit of a sparring session with the Lone Druid Bear, but Liquid, you wanted fast fighting, and it's going to be a 5v5 at the top rune spot, and pretty much as Fear is dusted up, and the Iron Tail back is turning onto Shirax, but he is gone. Fear's bounty, the first casualty of war, and Team Liquid get double bounty runes.
Back mid, they are going to go for this as Jerax has the angle possibly on the high ground. Vada is bottling up.
They really want this. The smoke pops, they go in with the snowball on the ice shot. Oh, Sumail is caught. Well, they're taking him down slowly but surely, but the Spirit Siphon barely catches the kill. PPD has arrived to make a turn, and EUG. I lose Fear as well. 2 for 1. At the very least, they get the AA, and that was really nicely prepped by Liquid, but still.
Maybe if they make this full rotation around.
Bulba's smoke popped, and he knows that someone's over there, but EG, the armlet arrived on the Chaos Knight, and Matu, you're right, this Lone Druid might get actually seen, but a good Savage Roar sends them back. Jirax Snowball with the Ice Blast, Kuro Sticky hits onto a UI. There's the armor with the cold feet, jumps back in, kills off the top, but AUI's losing his life. The attack from the Lone Druid caught him out and faster. That's a double damage rune. That's a DK absolutely ripping your ball, but the shreds, and you're right. Death Trumpet has arrived to the party, turns it back into the Dragon Knight, and the ladies are here. Well, they're ready to fight. That bear. Matu thinking about the deny. The Liquid. 3 for 1.
Place 3 wards down here.
Oh, that's insane.
Yeah, that's usually one too many, but not even getting a ward behind the tower at mid.
It on Sumail. And the control with the Ice Blast on top, and it looks like they've got the damage to kill her.
Is getting pretty low though.
You're thinking about going back in this, but the Splinter Blast is good damage. They just don't have the follow through.
And it might actually be Bulba who has to come down here and just Ion Shell to push out the wave as Mind Control just continues to sit down here.
That's exactly what's happening, and right now it feels like this really interesting game of tug of war between them. We saw EG, 3 or 4 minutes ago move up the top, and already Mind Control's gone on by Fear on the jump forward. Onto that beat.
Why is it going to get gone on?
Blast going in, and Bappa turns around on the Bulba as well, stunned through, and Darkseer's dropped. A 3 for 0, and Mind Control's still alive, so Mail wants to join in. He wants to get into the mix of this one, but the Darkseer illusion's through. But he's got the movement speed to get out, and EG have no recourse turning this team fight around. He died at all, now he's 0-0-2. And want this tier 1 mid as well. Liquid, they are all posturing up behind the tower, ready to get in, but PPD, good positioning there. The trouble is, his position is seen perfectly by the Hawk over on the top of the tree line, and PPD is going to be the one that gets gone on. Snowball in, punched up for the Winter's Curse, not going to throw it just yet.
The follow-up.
UI's gone out, he's left to fight, PPD's gone, the Curse does nothing. As Bulba's chased and Sumail's ulti, they're going to have to try and waste this one. The Ice One back onto Darkseer, takes him out of the game as well, and EG absolutely falling apart as AUI, he's forced.
He's going to go in.
He's fighting into Mind Control, but he's losing his life at the same time. Armor toggles through, but caught in the Ice Shards, and Team Liquid 4 for nothing, and they save their tier 1, they keep Lone Druid alive, everything is going perfectly for them.
That's take fights that they can. And the track proving to be useless here as they haven't been able to kill anybody.
4 to 12, 15 minutes in exactly. If you can't kill, the track doesn't give you any gold. PPD slows movement forward, but you can't slow it that much, Peter. Sparta and
might get the bear though.
Oh, can they? The Yule Scepter, Sumail slows it down, and with the Iron Shell, you're right, they pop it. 300, 300, there you go. Nicely done by Sumail and Bulba. But into that large camp. But
I think EG know. Or at least they suspect something.
They're playing the buddy system.
Oh, Sumail might actually run into this though?
Very close.
Okay, they're teaming out now.
Winter's Curse back onto Kuro, and they finish him off with
They can take him out before his ulti.
Nicely done, and now with a Spirit Siphon. There is no Ice Blast here, so Liquid on the retreat. Sumail blocked the Ice Shard, and he doesn't really have any teammates to follow through on this. Maybe a Surge onto him, and yeah, there we go, forward. Oh, look at that little ball blocking the way. Mind Control, can you TP out of this one?
They know Vacuum's been expended. I think Mind Control's actually gone.
That one play blocking that tiny little avenue for Sumail to walk through. Exorcism goes
they know.
Oh, EG, you're going to get yourselves into position though. Are you fast enough? Liquid, they've already taken Roshan down to about 1/6 of his health, and EG
taking a little bit longer than they like.
Invis on Sumail. Did he see Fanta with a Shadow Blade going forward? They'll find Jirax. Maybe he didn't. They look for the Tusk and they'll clear him up. But Fanta's already here. They're back onto 2. They're back into a wall. But Liquid, they've still got a roar. They holding on to it, and mind control waiting, biding his time for the perfect target, which might be AUI.
Oh, AUI's gonna get caught out.
Catch up with the Dragon Tail. This looks like it's lights out for Chaos Knight. I mean, Liquid, you're only meant to blow the bloody doors off. Blowing up the whole barn. Taking out Roshan, killing off EG, the Chaos Knight, the DP, pushing 3 lanes at once. I guess they see the Chaos Knight. Oh, you're right. Fanta, Ice Blast, into stun, into damage, into right clicks, and maybe into death here, but AUI dropping lower and lower in the shatter. It's a 4-second stun. Oh, AUI, can you get out of this one? Very nicely done. Well, down above the lane, but it goes back onto mind control. There's a Splinter Blast damage as well. So they get the kill at bottom, and they keep AUI alive.
Top. They've got to push out the lanes before they want to go for anything. Is Bulba, Blink Dagger, plus that mech in hand. Although if they get that AA Ice Blast off,
AUI, the Ice Shards, really well placed there. Actually jumps over them, but the Entangle comes through from Matsu with an Ice Blast from Kuroki. Say goodbye. Chaos Knight shredded. And this is the situation they're in, right? AUI always seems to be on one of these side lanes trying to, you know, farm in an area where they know Liquid's not. But Liquid always seems to have every lane pushed out, Blitz.
Yeah, they're always making sure that either there's a boar up at top or they're sending one of the summons in the areas to push out a spear. Gonna get roared.
Oh, the Necro unit's firing from the high ground. They chase through with a warrior, but it's a snowball from Jirax. Will secure the kill. Liquid starting to run away with this one. It feels units going.
No glyph available either, and without the bounty hunter, EG don't really want to take this fight quite yet. Even if they win an even trade,
losing 2 tier 3s at exactly the same time, and
they've got to decide soon.
They go for one or the other. Do they try and go into the lone druid?
Can probably snipe this bear if they're fast.
Yeah, they'll try. Aegis is gone, but some man does no longer have
mid though.
a second lease of life. AUI is caught the back and back. Bapsa, they get a kill and a streak. Lost a lot though. EG. Chaos Knight dropping his life, and now no vacuum wall. They hold on to Exorcism and the Winter's Curse. They might look for Kuroki now as well, TPing away. You have to spend a stun. You've got to stop him, but PPD had no mana. He could have soul ringed, or maybe one did. I don't know if they were still on cooldown, but I didn't want to throw them out to stop the AA from retreating.
The Hand of Midas understands this game just has to go a little bit later if they're going to have any sort of hopes. And he still is able to kill the DK very quickly, but at the bottom, Fear.
Equally. Liquid are very quick at killing off Fear. This poor little bounty hunter, level 9 with...
This tier 1 battle, if EG are actually going to leave their base, because it could just lead to a high ground push for Liquid thereafter.
Hard commit, and EG, they will not commit for this. Yules back onto the bear and get the hell out.
I think they just have to get out.
Oh hell, PPD might not be able to with Fanta coming through. That Winter Wipe splashed into nice vacuum back
EG
to the
have
wall.
to get out though.
No, not gonna land. The shatter effect doesn't affect. And AUI turns back on the Fanta there on the toggle.
Fanta is getting low.
DK, can he keep himself alive though? He has no life still, 5 seconds until that still registers back up, but the mech comes through. Kuroki keeps his teammates alive, and Bulba dropping low. The Radiance Burn is not going to be quite enough, but they still get him. Matsu with a double kill, and Liquid 5-man wipe into GG.
That is an early GG call. Just 28 minutes in, 10 to 24. Liquid almost averaging a kill a minute as Spot at the end. Suicides into the wall, but still Liquid. This was oddly a greedy game by Liquid, but it was calculated.